10 characteristics can really be called executive presence ingredients because it's the mix of these ingredients that really make up your foundational executive presence. The first ingredient, in order of importance, values and action. In a recent study, over 97% of CEOs and business leaders said that values and action is the #1 ingredient of executive presence. What does it mean? The ability to live in alignment with your values and consistently demonstrate them no matter what. Values can come in all shapes and sizes, including authenticity, respect, freedom, or faith. What are your values? Number 2 on the list, confidence. Again, 97% of CEOs and business leaders said that you have to have confidence in order to be successful and seen with executive presence. Confidence is having full trust and belief in your abilities, ideas, and actions, acting with certainty. I like to equate confidence to courage because with confidence, you know what you know, even if you don't know. Next up at number 3, communication. 94% of CEOs and business leaders say that communication is critical to demonstrating executive presence. So what is communication? The ability to express thoughts with clarity and consistency while inviting dialogue. This includes active listening. Number 4, integrity, coming in at nano percentages behind communication, according to CEOs and business leaders. What is it? It's to operate with honesty and a moral compass. It's doing the right thing and dwizzity. That means doing what you say you would do, no matter who is looking. Coming in at number 5, intelligence and expertise, at again 94% of the vote. When I say intelligence, I'm not talking about your IQ, but I'm talking about your BQ, which is business intelligence and expertise. It's having business savvy while articulating it with understanding and emotional maturity. It's time to move to the 80s. No, I'm not talking about that time of horrible hair that we all remember, but really it's about number 6, engagement. 85% of CEOs and business leaders believe that engagement is critical to your overall success and executive presence. Engagement is the ability to draw and invite others into a conversation, action, or plan, ultimately capturing their attention. Number 7 is status, coming in at 85%. Status is your role, your reputation, and character as viewed by others in the organization. Ultimately, we're talking about your credibility. Interesting to note that it goes beyond your job title and it's more about the respect of you as a person. Coming in at number 8, physical appearance. 64% of CEOs and business leaders agree that physical appearance is critical to your overall success. But hold on, when I talk about physical appearance, what I'm saying is it's more than meets the eye. Here's how we define physical appearance. It's about showing up neat, clean, stylish, while balancing the parameters of the cultural and situational environment. Wondering what I'm talking about? For example, you don't want to show up at the company picnic with your business suit on. It also means that you don't have to be a beauty queen in order to be neat, clean, and stylish and impress people. Coming in at number 9, outcomes. Outcomes and results. 64% of CEOs and business leaders felt like outcomes were critical to your overall business success and your executive presence. Outcomes has to do with the proven ability to execute and deliver meaningful results that impact a weighted goal, including financial impact to the overall business. And finally, our 10th characteristic of executive presence is coerciveness. With a bit of controversy, 38% of CEOs and business leaders polled agreed that you have to have this characteristic in order to be successful. Now, with that being said, coerciveness is really about being assertive at the right times. Not necessarily being a bully or overly forceful, but having that right balance of authority. Here's the definition of coerciveness. A demonstration of force in words and behavior, especially when there is a strong value or belief that is threatened or questioned. Again, what we're not talking about is being a bully, but really being able to be direct and assertive in the times when it really counts. Those are the 10 characteristics of executive presence. And now it's time to move on and measure yourself. Let's find out what it takes to assess your own baseline executive presence. I'd like to share one more thing about these 10 characteristics. They all point to something very important that you need to be aware of throughout your development time. Executive presence is a two-party deal. There's you, and then there's your audience and their perceptions. So what you're going to find is that you've got to learn to manage yourself, but know that you also have the power to manage the perceptions around you. So we'll continue to work on that as we go through these modules. But for now, it's time to go ahead and do some assessing. Here's what I find about people who are practicing authentic executive presence, that they are at peace with themselves. And that is a great question for you to be asking yourself. Are you at peace with yourself? Are you okay with who you are, flaws and all, and perfections? Are you okay with that person? We're going to work on that throughout this 5-module series to help you to kickstart your journey and get on the right track so that you can enjoy VIP status, visibility, influence, and presence in the business world and with your coworkers. And so as you do your own personal assessment, be honest with yourself. You're not fooling anyone but yourself. So be honest. Don't try to rationalize answers away, but look at the real you and the current impact that you have right now. This will help us to establish your baseline presence so we know where to grow. A great way to get off to a very successful start in this process of assessing yourself is to simply go to those that you trust around you and ask their thoughts on where you're showing up well with presence and where you have room to improve. I recommend that you take your self-assessment and you go and you share that with the people closest to you and get them to rate you as well, so you can have a comparison of how you see yourself versus how someone else might see you. Before we leave today's module, I want to just encourage you and let you know that there are thousands and thousands of people who are going through exactly what you're going through right now. And I want to leave you with this. You are enough. You have everything that you need in order to be successful in the business world. It's simply a matter of prioritizing your life and your values so that you live your values and you align with those on a daily basis. That's where we get into trouble sometimes, and we'll explore the concept of the gatekeepers in one of our upcoming modules. I'm Angie Nuttall signing off. See you in Module 2.